And welcome on in, everybody. It's your Frogman here, King Pepe the Second, bringing you the latest Browndas 2 dev notes for the Magical Girl Liberta. So before we hop into it, if you're new to my channel, welcome on in. If you're a new Browndas 2 player, welcome on in. Like, subscribe if you enjoy the content that I make, guides, etc., etc. And let's hit it. Okay, so pick up information for Liberta, right? Liberta over here. So let's take a look at her. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, like, damn. Beautiful design. Gami, you outdone yourself. Yet again. Outstanding design. Okay, so Miracle Rose Liberta. Fire Elemental type, right? Okay, so I took a little bit of a glimpse at her, but I didn't really, you know, reread everything because I wanted to do it in this video, right? So it's new for everybody, including myself. So let's take a look at her right now, okay? So range, she attacks and looks like a T formation. Okay, so there you go. Because this time around, she is going to be attacking. Yes, she's not going to be a supporter, technically. She's going to be a sub DPS unit now instead of a supporter. Okay, so a +0 upgrade. SP cost is 2 points. Okay, so not bad. Cooldown time is 5 turns. Okay, so it's like Onsen Manager Liberta. Your crit rate is increased by 40% for 1 turn. Attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage equal to 7% of your max HP per hit. So it looks like she scales off of her max HP with damage-wise, so like Mamonir. +1 SP cost goes down by 1 point, so that's really nice. So literally, it looks like, yeah, it looks like the same setup as Onsen Manager Liberta, I believe, right? Let me take a look at it real quick. Yes, I do have this open. Let me see here. Oh, no. Well, not quite. Onsen Manager Liberta's SP cost is 2. Okay. So not quite, but still. 1 point. That's better, right? Okay, so, +1 upgrade. SP cost goes down by 1 point. Okay. Skill effect stays the same at +2 now. So your crit rate is increased by 40% for 1 turn. Attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage equal to 8% of your max HP per hit. +3, your crit rate is increased by 70% for 1 turn, so it goes up by 30%, it looks like. +4, physical damage equal to 9% of your max HP per hit, so it goes up by 1%, it looks like, in intervals. +5, it goes up by 10%, physical damage equal to 10% of your max HP per hit then, okay? And then skill potential for her skill tree, damage goes up by 1%, damage goes up by 1%, so 2%. And crit rate goes up by an additional 30%. So crit rate, looking like it'll be at, okay, so if we're looking from a +5 perspective, then your crit rate is increased by 100% for 1 turn. Attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage equal to 12% of your max HP per hit. So that's what it sounds like when you level up your skill tree. Okay, so how are we feeling with this one? In all honesty, the crit rate, I mean, it's increasing your own crit rate in this case for her Magical Girl one, right? But the thing is, she's also increasing the teams with her Dark Saintess Liberta ability if you have her unlocked. If you don't, I would highly suggest going for her because she is a must in battle, okay? She's a must, especially if you have a physical damage team, okay? But yeah, so there you go. There's the news on her. Here is Dark Rosarium. Her exclusive gear adds HP percentage, which in all honesty, in this case, is going to play a big role. Now, normally, I don't really say to go for exclusive gears, just because you can, like, you know, sort them out with an alternative. But in this case, if you really want to get some more, I guess, damage out of Magical Girl Liberta, then since she does scale off of her max HP, I would think about it. I would think about it now. I think about it. I'm not saying to go for it necessarily. If you have the tickets, if you do have the spare gems, okay, I would think about it. But you don't have to do it. But it would be nice. I know, I'm going back and forth there, right? But I'm just saying, you know, since this is a build scaled off of her HP and your damage is scaled off of her HP, I should say, then yeah, I would think about going for it. But you do realize that we have Palette and Mamonir as well in the upcoming works, not to mention the 3rd anniversary, which we're going to be getting like 3 new costumes, okay? So keep that in mind. I know that currently the Sun and Kagura collaboration is still going on, but that's totally up to you if you want to pull for them in the Sun and Kagura, okay? Remember, they're limited time. Don't know if we'll ever have a third rerun, so think about it. But yeah, so they have it with her. If we're looking at her now, because Gami mentioned something about her, I think it was Gami at least in the live stream, said that she actually connects well with her own sin manager, Liberta. So let's go take a look at her real quick, right? Okay. So I'm gonna read off her skill, right? And since we're doing it by my Liberta, we'll just go over that. Okay, so if we're going off by, let's just say, my own sin manager, Liberta, right? Okay, I'm going to read it. She applies an augmentation effect to allies for 6 turns, increasing the damage dealt to enemies with a 10 chains or more by 130%. She heals allies for 25% of their own max HP at the end of each turn for 4 turns. Okay, so it's basically, I believe, it's a chain. That's what it is. Increasing the damage dealt to enemies with 10 chains or more by 130%. I believe that's what is being said about this. Since she does attack 5 times, right? So, since it is a 5-turn cooldown time, so I think if anything, the rotation would be like, at least in my eyes, I would be like, okay, so if I'm looking at this on a team, chain stacking, right? I would be Dark Sanctus Liberta first to get that 50% crit rate. For the entire team, mind you, because her dark or her magical girl, ability is going to increase her own crit rate, depending on how much you have her built now. Okay, we're going to go into the investment later, but let me just say, just for the, this situation. So her at +5 with her skill tree, maxed out and everything. So she's going to have a 100% crit rate, correct? And give herself that. So then I would do is Dark Sanctus Liberta, own sim manager to get the augmentation effects, right? And then I would activate, depending on however she's on the team, right? I would activate then her magical girl ability, correct? So that's how I would play it. So it's a very easy thing. So 1, 2, 3 basically, right down the line here, because you're gonna be seeing her right here, right? So that's what I would suggest. Team build wise, I mean, I still gotta get a feel for it, but most likely I'm gonna be pairing her up with any chain stackers, really. Mamonir even. Wilhelmina, Luvencia. I mean, just name any chain stacker. Physical damage wise, guys, okay? But that's what I would be doing. Let's go back now. So, investment. Okay, so what is a great place to invest in her? Well, let's see here. Well, her supporter costumes are always going to be a +5 guarantee. You're going to want them at +5. Okay? That's just a must. Now, as for Miracle Rose Liberta, let's see. So, I mean, in all honesty, I don't think she's going to be a huge advantage when it comes to chain stack. I mean, yeah, she'll add to it. Don't get me wrong with that. Right? But damage-wise, I know there are better damage dealers out there than, Magical Girl Liberta. I think if anything, this is more along the lines of just adding some chain, right? For having, like, Liberta on your team. You know what I mean? Because she's always going to be on your team. So, like, that's how I take it, at least. You know what I'm saying? So, I would then just go for maybe at least, first off, a copy of her. So, a +1, definitely. And then as for everything else, I would say +2. In all honesty, you don't really have to go up too high with her. If you level up her skill tree at +2, you're gaining like 30% more crit rate. Not to mention, you're also giving yourself crit rate besides, with Dark Sanctus Liberta. You're literally giving her as well 50%. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to invest too much into her, okay? You don't have to. So, like, that's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, she also increases her own crit rate with this attack, I believe. Because it says all, right? It says all, including herself. So that's why I'm saying it's like, you don't need to go all out for her. In time, if you want to do it, then go for it. But in this case, you don't have to do it. Okay, so +2 her if you want the extra damage for physical, like I said. Level up her skill tree, you're going to gain 10%, with the physical damage equal to, okay, her max HP per hit. That's still 10%. So you're literally at the equivalent of a +5 right now, right? You are, okay? So, Crit rate, it'll be 70%. So like I said, you're literally at a +5 equivalent at +2. You see what I'm trying to say? So level up the skill tree, and your +2 is gonna look like a +5. Does that make sense? So +2er, okay. Save up for Palette and Mamonir, okay. Gave you some saves there. And I think if anything, that's what's gonna do it for this video. I mean, I didn't cover everything else because this was just strictly for, you know, Miracle Rose Liberta, okay. But as for everything else, just in a nutshell, they're gonna be there is gonna be voiceover for the new what's it called? The new character pack story, okay? Miracle Twinkle. We are having VA for it, so very excited. Season events, Akatsuki, she's gonna be running again here for the Fiend Hunter boss. She's a wind type, okay? And everything else, let me see. The scheduling for, because I know the scheduling is a little bit more important. Don't worry, I'll leave the link in my description below. So if you want to read everything else, you can. Costume and exclusive gear schedule. So we still have the Southern Kagura running. The new one here with Liberta is going to be on April 22nd, so tomorrow, right? And before May 6th. Okay? She'll be added to the Powder of Hope shop as well. So technically, you can +1 her and just save up for the Powder of Hope just to +2 her. Okay? Just saying. Save you some draws there and some diamonds. April 30th, they are rerunning Maid Bikini Rubia. I know. She was just in the Mirror War shop too. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, so they're rerunning her, okay? Along with their exclusive gear. So it's the same thing schedule-wise for their gear too. Okay? And limited, what's it say? Limited collaboration costumes may be rerun in the future. Really? Wait a minute, hold up. They added that? So, wait a second. Is there actually... Okay, I know this is mind-boggling. So, they're actually suggesting then that they might be running in the future again? So, a third rerun collaboration? Huh. Okay, then. Interesting. Well, totally up to you what you want to do with that information. I actually didn't notice that. I was looking at the schedules before I did this video, right? I didn't notice this. Like, I was just actually looking at the schedules. But there you have it, guys. Okay, so Powder Hope schedule. Bikini Agent Sylvia is going to be added into it. Thorn of Desert Rubia. Dark Saintess Liberta. So, Dark Saintess Liberta, guys. Okay. Angel of Destruction Terese. And Mirror War shop is still Nature Claw Rue. And Golden Thread shop is still White Bolt Yuri. Okay. So there you have it, guys. I hope this helps you guys out to decide. And remember, max HP does cap out at 50,000 now. Okay. So keep that in mind when you're building her. Okay. So I'll catch you all in the next. And, good luck. Take care, guys.